Hi guys, thanks for checking out another TM Hair Products tip of the day video. In today's video we're going to talk about diluting products. I haven't seen it on YouTube, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere. But I just want to come and talk to you guys about diluting products because a lot of times back in the day, years and years ago, I used to dilute products because I didn't know any better. I would watch my favorite YouTuber, they would dilute products. I thought it was okay for me to dilute products, so I did, and I didn't know any better. But I'm going to tell you guys why it's important to not dilute products. One of the things, and I have my notes here because I really want to give you guys this information, because the more you know, then the better your choices and the better decisions you make. I used to do it and I didn't know any better. So I'm just informing you guys, and I'm just letting you know. So, and it's obviously it's your decision, it's your choice to do whatever you want to do. But I think some of us do things because we didn't know any better. So when you have a product, let's say we're going to use a deep conditioner, for example. Let's say you have a deep conditioner. That product is formulated to be a deep conditioner. And when you create a formulation, everything is accounted for: how much water, how much whatever, how much preservative, how much oil, however much, whatever you put in there, all of those ingredients are accounted for. So when you preserve the ingredients, when you preserve your product, you're preserving it based on your formulation. Now, when you dilute a product, you add water, you add aloe vera, whatever you add, any type of liquids and things like that, whatever you add to the products, when you dilute the products, you are now altering the formulation of the product. Now, here's what happens when you alter the formulation of the product. You then, the preservative is not as strong as it would be, so your product now becomes susceptible to things growing in your product. So your preservative is not preserving at a level that it would have been had it not been diluted. So I hope you guys are following me what I'm saying. So when you dilute it and you add water, your preservative, the preserving power of your preservative has now decreased. It has now gone down. If at all possible, don't dilute a product. But if you have to, if you absolutely say, look, I got to stretch this dollar, I got to stretch this dime, one thing I want you to know, one thing is, well, two things I want you to know. One thing is, don't expect the same power of the product as it was before it was diluted, because now you have watered it down. So if you have a deep conditioner and you have diluted the deep conditioner, you can't expect the deep conditioner to work at the same strength and power that it was working prior to being diluted. Okay? So that's one thing. And two, if you absolutely have to dilute it, I'm not mad. Like I said, we all trying to save a coin. If you're going to dilute a conditioner, most people dilute conditioners to make it a leave-in. I hear so often on YouTube videos, I'm just going to take this conditioner and add some water to it and use it as a leave-in. Well, when you dilute that conditioner, that is something that was formulated and made to be rinsed from the hair. So you're now taking something that was formulated and made to be rinsed from the hair, and you're leaving it on your hair. And you might not notice immediately, but over time you might notice different things with your hair. Your hair may start to change. It may start to feel a little funny because what you're leaving in your hair was designed to be rinsed out. Okay? Now, if you decide, I am going to use a leave-in conditioner, buy a leave-in conditioner and only dilute the amount that you are going to use in that hair's treatment. So maybe only dilute 1/4 of a cup if that's how much it takes to spray your hair and do your hair. Only dilute that amount. Don't dilute a half a bottle and put it in the refrigerator, because still you are going to be susceptible. Your preservative is now weakened. So it is not as strong as it would have been had you not diluted the product. So again, if you're going to dilute it and make a leave-in, buy a leave-in and then dilute that in a small amount and use it on your hair at that time, because once you dilute it, once you add other ingredients to it, it has now been broken. It's going to start to break down, for lack of a better word. Okay, so what I want you guys to understand, again, I'm going to wrap this video up. I want these videos to be very short and very brief, but I want to give you guys the information because there was a time where I didn't know better. But when you start to notice things happening with your hair and you can't pinpoint what it is, like, I've been using this and I've used this all the time and now this is what's happening with my hair and that's what's happening, that could be one of the things. Because you're leaving something in your hair that was designed to be rinsed out. Then you can over moisturize your hair. If you're using a protein based conditioner, then you're leaving all this protein in your hair becomes hard, it becomes brittle, and you become dry. So then you pack more moisturizer on there, and it's a never ending cycle because you're continuing to use this conditioner as a leave-in when it's not supposed to be. So I just want to give you guys that tidbit of information. If you have any questions, guys, leave them in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.